Hi, everybody. I am Carissa Winters. I am the Community Lead for Innovation Collective. For those of you who don't know and they're thinking, what is a community lead? It's basically the person who does these events, brings people together, does connections and everything in between. So I'm work for Innovation Collective. I'm a resource, so make sure to reach out to me. Woodrow will provide you all with that information. So how Coffee and Concepts works, help yourself to pizza, sign in on the sheet, thank you. So how this works is you basically talk about something innovative going on in the world, and we have a conversation around that, because just because we're in Victoria, or wherever you may be, Katie, or beyond, it doesn't mean we have to get left behind about innovations, and that can spark something and change your whole day in the way that you have conversations or think about things. And then we switch to talking about different things people are working on or doing and maybe roadblocks they've hit. And then we exchange information of people we might know, resources we may have, because your networking is your net worth. There's a reason they say that. It's because connections are so valuable, especially when you're trying to create and do things. But what we do to very first kick off is we have everybody introduce themselves and just tell a little bit about who they are and what brought them here today. That way we can better know everybody in the room and we can connect with them. And then also when Woodrow sends a follow-up email, if there's someone we want to have a conversation with more, then we can work on making that happen as well. So Carissa Winters, Community Lead for Innovation Collective. I came here today to see all of the amazing connections that are going to happen and to be able to be a resource to connect all of you.
Well, Carissa, thank you once again for coming to UHV. If you haven't met Miss Carissa Winters, please, please, please make some time, email her, meet with her in person. She's here at UHV a lot. You're wondering, especially those of you online, whether you be students, staff, or faculty, why should I meet with Carissa Winters? Why should I get involved with the Innovation Collective? Well, the last 2 years, so many marvelous things have happened for UHV staff, faculty, and students because of the Innovation Collective, because of Carissa Winters making those connections, helping people's dreams come true. So those of you who got the email from me, I mentioned a few of those things, and we have some folks here today that are going to talk a little bit about that. But I wanted to start by putting Carissa on the spot a little bit and talking about a project I know that is near and dear to her heart, the Viva Texas Film Festival, which just finished its second very successful year. Some of you had an opportunity to attend that a couple of weekends ago. But from that, some marvelous things have happened here in the community. And those of you who might be interested in some of that, and the business opportunities that can come from that, I think you need to hear a little bit more about that. So Carissa, if you don't mind just speaking to that a little bit, and how having something like the film festival, not just this year, but for the past 2 years, has really helped the city and community of Victoria and has brought more business opportunities, has put us on the map, and now we're doing some really remarkable things because of that. So please, Carissa, talk about that a little bit.
So, it's always a passion and dream of mine, and my business partner, Nick Claire Santiana, her two were both very involved in arts and all of that, and I have a long-standing history in film and creating movies and all kinds of TV shows, different things like that. So when I came back to Victoria, I really wanted those opportunities for people here, and I knew it would also be a platform to where I would be able to create opportunities for local people as well. This year was amazing. We had so many Victoria College students, UHV students, we had faculty and staff that were involved. We had residents of Victoria and surrounding counties involved. We have VISD students involved. And so it was really neat to see so many local people show up. And we had filmmakers from all over the world show up as well. How this benefits people in the community is this creates pathways and opportunities for careers, jobs, growth in that industry right here in Victoria. You don't have to go somewhere else. And if you looked or heard anything about the film industry, you'll know that right outside of Austin, there's several, one of them's $500 million, kind of thing that they're building for movie and film. And there's more of that happening, and a lot of things are getting filmed in Texas. And actually, as we were doing the film festival, there was someone filming a movie right here in Victoria during the film festival. And so it was a guy that was from Victoria. He came back, he does all the main special effects for The Walking Dead, all of that kind of stuff. He came back and was filming, and it was so special because it happened during the film festival. Him and his film crew were down here. And so that's the thing I want to see more of. I want to see more students having opportunities to make films. I want to see these filmmakers that come in town, they are willing to come inside your classes and speak and meet the students. Use that as a teaching tool if you want to. And we make sure that nobody can't attend because of lack of funding. And we gave tickets to the students and the faculty and staff to make sure that they would be able to attend this event. So that's really important for us. This isn't a money-making thing. This is something we give back to the community. So there's so many different ways that this can be a pathway, whether it be job creation, whether it be just something for fun as a hobby that you want to get involved in, whether it be a teaching tool that you implement into what you're doing. And so anything that you want to do that's involved in that, or if you have any questions, please let me know. There's tons of industries. We needed hair people, we needed makeup people, we needed people to do, decorations, we need people to do food. There's literally something in almost every industry that touches film festivals and what is put on. And what's so great is it has now become a film and arts festival. So we now have a huge art show that we did at the Texas Zoo. We had live animals painting. It was really cool. And then we also have immersive experiences going on with film and music. We have live music videos by local musicians showing as they played their songs. And this also creates pathways. We've had famous movie producers come into town and actually do work that locals were able to partake in because they made it accessible to them. We have people now coming down to film feature films here. We have all kinds of opportunities spurred off of that. So when I tell people it's not just a once-a-year thing, like, hey, it's a film festival, there are things happening year-round and opportunities. Like these VISD students are now learning about stop-motion animation and different skills, and they can take these skills into a career and into their life. And so there's so many facets of what makes this really fascinating and really cool to have in our community. Plus, I think it's retention for people here. It's something neat that's interesting that a lot of cities don't have film festivals. So it actually creates that retention for students, for faculty and staff, for people who live here, because it's something not only cool that's going on, but something that's accessible to everybody.
And Carissa, like me and so many people here, born and raised in Victoria, grew up here. And that's the thing we always hear about Victoria. There's nothing to do in Victoria. There's nothing fun happening in Victoria. Oh, it's just Victoria. Well, just Victoria is doing a lot of very exciting things. Victoria is now on the map for people from Hollywood to New York and really all over the world now. People are coming to Victoria. And we want everybody as part of this Innovation Collective to be part of that excitement, to plug into that. If you're a student listening to this right now thinking there's nothing to do in Victoria, I'm stuck in Victoria, you're not stuck. There's lots of exciting opportunities right here in Victoria. And people like Carissa Winters and the Innovation Collective for the last couple of years have really changed the environment here for the better. And we're so very blessed to have that. So Carissa, thank you.
Thank you. And Victoria is a great place to create because you have more of an opportunity. The entry zone is a lot lower than maybe bigger cities and other places you go. And don't think just because you're in Victoria, you won't get recognized or noticed. We were featured in Variety magazine and the Emmys edition. We were featured multiple times in Variety, Texas Highways, a lot of other publications. We were also as a most successful first year film festival. And we were also noted with usually the Texas Film Commission. They won't support a first year film festival because they need to make sure it's good. They actually got behind us on our first year and now continue to, and they share our stuff. So just because you're in Victoria, please don't have a mentality that it can't happen for you. I'm doing things all the time all over the world and I'm right here in Victoria, and I don't have a magic wand or anything. It's just I go after it and I do it. And it makes it a lot easier being here because I have an amazing community to support me.
Well, we're lucky to have you. All right, Carissa, we're going to move on to our next very special guest. And we mentioned this a little bit in the promo that I sent out. Some of you are thinking, well, I have a dream. How do I ever get that dream into a department store or Walmart or Target or Walgreens? How can I make my dream actually come true? So some of us see shows like Shark Tank or whatever, and we think, oh, well, that can never happen for me. That can never happen for somebody in Victoria. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great story here that I think will hopefully be inspiring to all of us in terms of how those dreams come true. So I'm going to ask this gentleman to introduce himself and talk about a little bit of what he did and how now some of those dreams are coming true. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Benito Salazar. Actually, funny story. I came to UHB and I was part of the first 300 freshmen back in 2010. So back to what you were saying about Victoria being boring. In 2010, it was pretty boring. Coming back now, there's so much more to do. Also, I got plugged in with the Innovation Collective with Carissa. Honestly, since I've been here, we've sold about 30 games just by talking to people, just by going to events. But long story short, here is the product. So to Remember Me, the card game, it actually got accepted into the Target Forward Founders program. It is one of 30 products that got accepted into this accelerator program to one day be in retail shelves. The whole point of the game is for people to get to know each other better. And you're probably wondering, how did that even start? Once I graduated college, I met up with my friends, and it was just your usual conversation of like, how's the weather, and how's your family, and how's work, and it was just the same thing over and over. And I was realizing that the millennial generation, the Gen Z generation, we're all connected on social media, but disconnected from each other. So I thought, what's something that brings people closer together? I thought a card game. And what's something that gets people talking? I thought good questions and action cards. So that's really what this game is about. I played it hundreds of times here around the US. I actually moved to Spain and I would stay at hostels and play the game there with people. And every time I would play it, I would eliminate questions, come up with new ones, and then find ways of making the game better. So it's called Remember Me because the whole point to win, you have to remember the most about others. So I always joke around that I feel like we're all winners when we play this game because we're all getting to know each other better. But yeah, maybe one day you'll see it in retail shops at Target to start.
So tell us about that part of the journey, right? So you create this game, and now the next step is I want to get it out to the world. What kind of conversations are you having, and how do you get that from your idea to the shelves of Target?
Yeah, that is, one problem, one big barrier was creating it. I've had zero experience in creating a card game, but we got it done and we ordered our first 1,000 copies. Thankfully, thanks to TikTok, thanks to just being out in the community, we've sold 700 of these games. But it's not enough. I mean, I feel like social media technology is just something that really gets you out there into the world, but it's also very saturated. So marketing has been our next biggest barrier. Some ideas that I've had, and just being back here in Victoria for 3 or 4 weeks now, is getting plugged in with UHB and playing with students. I actually do some students here who have played the game, which has been super cool. And the idea that I have right now is to play the game with students and maybe people here in the community and record that consistently at least 100 times and see where that goes. See if that picks up on TikTok and just goes viral or something. But I can't just count on that. So I'm actually open to ideas. If anyone here in this meeting has any ideas on how to continue to market this and grow this, I am all ears because marketing is one of those just ever-changing things.
Well, you've got about 30 folks online and a number of people here, and this is going to be recorded. And I want all UHB students, faculty, staff who are watching or listening to this, if you're interested in being part of this, contact them. How can they get a hold of you? What's the best way?
Yes, so if you go to our website, www.remembermecardgame.com, there is actually a page where I think it says, let's get connected. If you click on that, you can put your information there and then reach out that way. Another easy way, just go to info@remembermecardgame.com. Just send a direct email to Benito, which I'm the co-founder, or Karina, that's also my wife, and she's the second co-founder of this business. So just reach out to us.
Is there a 50-50 split of the profits?
There is actually. Some people are like, is it 51-49? No, it's 50-50. But mine is hers.
Excellent. Well, what a cool opportunity for students, staff, faculty, community members to be involved in something. And I think you might have a lot of takers from students who are like, sure, I'll play a game and I'll be your test subject.
Yeah, and if you're wondering where this game has been played, it's been played at work settings. Here in Victoria, we find out it's been played in a lot of churches, which is really nice to hear. It's played in school settings, so it's one of those like, you can make it whatever of it. You can make it a drinking game, but to be honest, it's aimed at playing with children, with older folks, with your friends. I mean, it's one of those games that will get people talking.
That is so fantastic. What a great opportunity. We'll put more information for those of you online in the chat so you can follow up with Benito. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic testimonial of things going on right here. So now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Carissa. And this is the part where I think is the most exciting. We get to hear from you. And we'll start with the folks here in the room. But those of you online, certainly will give you the opportunity to chime in here in just a moment. But I'm going to start with the folks here in the room, and I'm going to follow Carissa around with my tablet as she introduces who we have. And again, listen to these folks because these might be folks you'll want to follow up with at some point. So let's start with Tina. Hello.
Hi, I'm Tina Goodner. I am opening Hungry Belly Bakery downtown in the Icy Den.
All right.
I met Carissa a little over a year ago. I was putting together an event that I do actually in November called Small Business Saturday. And so I met her, and it's been an amazing ride since then. She's very helpful and with ideas and support and getting, your ideas out of your head and into reality.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, Tina, but I know that when you first started this journey, I'm sure you had a lot of hesitation, you had a lot of barriers. Talk specifically about how Innovation Collective and Carissa helped you overcome some of those really immediate early barriers, because there's a lot of people here and listening to this are like, I don't want to go, I can't do it. There's lots of self-doubt, but what was it about Carissa and Innovation Collective that helped you overcome some of those early barriers? Because I think I've seen you now at every Innovation Collective event, right? So you went from not knowing about this at all to oh, I'm all in. So talk about that journey a little bit.
Yeah, so when I met her, I had really bad, crippling social anxiety, and she threw me on the stage. And she didn't take no for an answer, but she got me used to it. And so at first I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. She's like, yes you can, just go. And then shut me on the stage. And so, but that helped me because I realized what I was worried about was genuinely in my head, and so the more I got out there, the more I got to talking to people, the less that hurt me. And then I was able to move forward with, oh, well, I like to do this. And, bouncing ideas off Carissa is amazing because she'll give you a perspective that you don't think about. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's a really good idea. So it's just the meetings she does and the energy she has and the passion for this community is what really will help you move forward with your own things.
Well, Tina, you're a true success story, and I know you've now become an inspiration for others, that others are looking at Tina as someone who's a mentor and somebody who's made it. So thank you so much for being here and everything you do. All right, we'll pass the mic.
Howdy, my name's Chris Daly. I grew up here, my wife and I grew up here, and went off, lived all over the world. Literally all over the world, all the big cities. Our parents are getting older, so we moved back recently. We were so nervous about moving back because we remembered this is Hicksville.
All right, yeah, I was the same thing, Carissa too. We grew up here,
Right.
And then we came back and we're like, I don't know.
Yeah, and we discovered it's not that way anymore. And I've run a marketing company for the last 30 years and have learned a lot. And was actually the 5th person to ever do a podcast.
Oh, wow.
And have been doing them ever since. And right now, that's the best bang for the buck when it comes to advertising anywhere. It doesn't even come close. If you're spending money on Facebook, television, you're losing money.
Wow. And could you help would-be podcasters come up? We got a lot of students out there who are thinking, hey, how do I even do that? How do I make a podcast? Sounds like you might be someone to help them out.
Yeah, we do that for companies, for individuals, you name it. We're doing one for Cuero's Economic Development Group, Pflugerville's Economic Development, doing one for the University of Texas.
Oh, wow.
You name it. We've got probably 60 different shows we do right now.
How fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming back to Victoria.
You bet.
Thanks for joining us today.
Stay.
All right.
Well, and he does my podcast that I do with Marcus Anderson, who's a former NFL player, and he is amazing. He just goes in there, gets it done, and I want kudos to you because he's also, been our local expert. It was so informative to learn the data and things behind podcasts. And if I were a student right now, I would definitely be looking into doing that and knowing about it and getting that knowledge. And he's an amazing connection, even if I was just work at the university or a community member. There's no one that can't benefit from something, advertising on podcasts or doing a podcast or learning more. So thank you for staying here in the community. Yes. Oh, if you just want to introduce yourself, he already talked all about the game, but he talked about you, but just.
He said that it was 50/50.
Yeah,
Can you confirm that it is?
He said, what day is yours? Yeah, I confirm, it's 50/50. We have it in a contract too.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, my name is Karina, co-founder of Remember Me the Card Game as well, and then I'm also a marketing consultant at Building Brands Marketing. So I help small businesses, or any business of any size, with their marketing tactics, things like that, social media management. Yes, I'm working on that.
Well, Building Brands, another great University of Houston Victoria partner. If you don't know Robert Royer and those fantastic folks, they're here a lot. So students, faculty, staff, anytime you hear the word Robert Royer or Building Brands, if there's a program, please attend that. Really helpful, really informative. I know Carissa does a lot of specialty workshops for entrepreneurs. So another fantastic partner. Well, it's great to meet the other half. Excellent. Okay.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Hand. I'm an engineer at Adams Extract and Spice. And
Oh, wow.
that's cool. Yeah, I gotta love the Texas small town vibe. We're actually based in Gonzales, Texas.
Okay.
We have a lot of Adams Extract and Spice products in their H-E-P and a lot of like seasonings for your spices, like your seasoned chicken. that you
Wow,
make.
that's you.
Probably.
Okay. Wow, how cool. So what brought you here today?
I see there's a number of husband and wife friends here. This is my husband.
Oh, I know your husband. I've seen him a couple of times. He's my student.
Well, glad to meet you, Prof.
Great, glad to meet you. Wow, you never told me that your wife had all that stuff. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, excellent. And Galen?
Hello, I'm Galen Hands. I'm a student here at UHB. Recently got out of a job at Dow Chemical, but happily made the choice to switch and major in business.
Fantastic. Our game. Thank you, Galen.
Hi, I'm Steve Strongblood. I used to be a professor for UC Berkeley and a technologist in Silicon Valley. And I did that for about 23 years, and it was a part-time professorship. And I taught for community colleges and other things. What I am here is I founded a fledgling business. I have 26 books online. I hope to become an online or bricks and mortar bookseller at some point. I have 26 books to start with. And they're on barnesandnoble.com under the title Thunder Chief Jones, which I think would be a good name for a bookstore. And the other thing is I'm also a 3D animation expert. I've been doing it since 1990. And what I have is a 3D animation and graphics effects company. So I do that.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He had a film in the film festival this year, so
Oh my gosh.
the drive-through
Really,
one.
really
So
sounds
it's
fantastic.
awesome.
I was able to in this one. I will introduce myself, but I'm Sam, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all. But as always, me and my honey, we run the business together, and I always learn the lead first.
Is it 50/50?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Virginia LeBlanc Shazad. I am actually a native Victorian as well.
Oh, excellent.
And we just returned back.
You came back.
We came back. We came back at the end of February. So I have been worked in various industries, and actually kind of in the, my stage name is the Pivot Maestro.
Oh,
Top B. Our website is definingpaths.online. Bottom line, our mission is our life story. Our company, we're in the online online business education, development, and holistic transformation space. So our motto, our mission statement basically is to heal, rebuild, and transform lives from the inside out through purposed entrepreneurship. And we help people be their own boss in mind, body, soul, and business. So
wow,
yeah.
let's just pause for a second. How I want to work for you.
Yeah, so, you know, we believe that everyone should be a business owner, at least have a side hustle as a business owner, because there's a lot, again, with that Jill of all trades, my last full-time job where I was kind of working in the parallelpreneur space was with the federal government. So I've been out in DC for a while, and there are a lot of things that I learned, a lot of tricks to the trade and reasons we should all have a business. You know, just to improve our quality of life and eventually provide that freedom that being a small business owner can give us. So we're here over in Heritage Mark, where Carissa, when we first got here, I heard Carissa's name. Everyone said, you need to meet Carissa, you need to meet Carissa. We met Carissa, we love Carissa. I feel like she's, you know, she's a sister from another mister. Yes, and we're just here happy to help folks in whatever way that we can. My passion, when I met my husband, he was already, he's from London, you could tell from the British accent. He was already in the scam prevention industry, helping single mothers build their own, build businesses, and who had been scammed, you know, because there are various things going on in the internet, on the online world, that people are not educated about. So I was already in the space, working with people, working with women to help them heal and transform. So we brought our missions together when we met, and the rest is history.
What a power couple. Wow.
So I've been in technology since the age of 12. So as a kid, I used to, as a sport, sort of a passion, I learned everything there was to do about technology. And so when I was growing up, the one thing I always had was the ability to teach, to educate, and really just tell the truth to people rather than keep or monetize secrets. You know, we shouldn't really do that. And so when I was working in large corporations, helping kickstart businesses to be really, really profitable, you know, I had a heart-centered mission to help people who I believe and love, which was single mom, because I grew up with a single mom, so I understand how hard that is. And so with, you know, teaching them how to build businesses and seeing them transform and seeing them get really confident with something of true passion of mine, helping even more clients, and then as a divine connection, I met my honey, you know, and I will never be so grateful, you know, that she is my greatest success before the success of anything that we do now. But I'm here proudly in Victoria, which I can proudly call home to. You know, I do miss London, but I love what Victoria is, what it offers, the community, the people. I think you guys are the most special people out of all Texas I've seen. You know, it's really, really nice to be here, even though people feel like, why have you come from London to get here? So, but I would say it's an absolute pleasure to know each one of you. We are always here, our doors are always open for whatever you guys want to know, whatever you need, or whatever you do need. You know, we are always here to help, because we are the help we can.
That's fantastic. Now, we've got, like I said, a lot of folks online, students, faculty, staff. I could think of some staff and faculty who might be following up with you, especially with your expertise and how to interface with the federal government. There's a lot of faculty and staff who work on grants and all kinds of regulations, and sifting through all that can be a little bit maddening. Having your expertise, I think, could be a fantastic asset. So how wonderful, what a blessing it is to have you all. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so blessed to be here.
All right, excellent.
Hello.
Hi.
I am a student in UHB. This is my fourth year in college, my third year here. I transferred from West Junior College playing basketball.
What junior college?
New Mexico Junior College. New Mexico Junior College. Yeah. I plan on being an art teacher.
Excellent.
I am a communication design major, And so far, even though Victoria is, I'd say Victoria is kind of, I'm from Houston, so it's nice. It's nice.
A little different.
But at the same time, like he said, I do enjoy being here. That is why I continue to be here. And I'm graduating. So from there, I will see how my dream goes. I also, as you were talking, you were saying that everybody should have their own business and needs to start a business. I have started doing hair, so around campus, I have posters that I do hair, I do braids, locks, you know, but from there, honestly, I'll have to see how it goes, and hopefully I grow a lot from the next coming years.
You know why you're going to grow a lot? Because you want to grow a lot, right? And you're opening up yourself to that possibility, which sounds simple, but so many people don't do that. They're like, I wish I could grow, and then they sit on their couch.
Yeah.
When you grow, I come into things like this. And when somebody gives you a mic, they're like, oh, okay, that's how you grow. So.
Can I say something? I've only been here 6 months in Victoria, and I'm happy here.
Okay.
The first place I've gone all over the United States, and Victoria is the first place I've been happy.
Wow. Unsolicited comment.
I can think offhand, Claire Santana, and I this for Film Festival, she's one that does art walks. She also does Marshall Art House. There's a lot of other amazing artists, and we actually started a thing called the Creatives Meetup. So we do those, or we want coming up. So you should totally be an actor, be an art teacher, if that's a passion. Also, we have a lot of hairstylists people involved. They can mentor you to help you learn about how to take that to the next level. So, like you said, a lot of people sit around and they say, I would do this if I had that, or only if this wouldn't happen to me, or only there's a million excuses. But the one thing you don't do is show up for yourself. And so, like you come into this, and the other things that you're doing here, and all of that, you're showing up for yourself. So I think you get around the process.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Marie. I am a grad student at UHB, and I'm a global marketing candidate right now for the global marketing fast track program we have here.
Oh, wow.
I am also the vice president of ESA. We work with the College of Business and Recruiting. So we're working on getting more students in. We're trying to integrate ourselves into the high school, to junior highs. We partner with BDH Behavioral Lead in Victoria, and they have case management where they go into the schools and they help kids that struggle with school and trying to have academic goals. So we're trying to partner and have more tabling events with them, encourage them to come out to open events here at UHB. There's just a few things on our plate right now.
A few things, I mean, you're doing a lot.
Right. We're also collaborating with the fellow multi MAC and JAB and other groups here, student life groups here in Victoria at this campus. So
when you sleep,
we don't when we crash, when we finally crashes. But we're looking really into doing stuff. I know that there is a fellow business owner here in town. His name is Joe. He owns the Fox Coffee Shop. I have the personal goal of opening a 24-hour coffee shop that has printing capabilities and it's open 24 hours every start of people with special education needs.
Wow.
As I have a son that's autistic, and I want to have a safe haven for people that have that certain disability. Because some people dismiss them, but he has overcome so many obstacles. He couldn't speak until he was 8, done a lot of cognitive therapy, and he just blows our mind on how brilliant he is. So I would like to really revamp that here in this community. Joe said he would be my distributor. I just need help with marketing, so I could see a few people in the room. So
you never know.
Right? So with that being said, I'm hoping to win that in the next 2 years.
Carissa, have you met her before?
I've gone online.
I was gonna say you've been online, but I haven't been in person. So that's
Oh.
why I want to see you in person.
This is good, because Carissa might have some answers for you.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
So my
Yes.
daughter's autistic, And I actually started my book career with her, my book tour, she inspired that because I wanted to help families and kids, you know, that were going through what we were. But also, there's Bloom and Flowers involved with this. Sip and Shine, they do special needs as well. All of them are great people that are willing to help you and sit down and pick their brain on things like that. And also I have the direct contact to the head guy for the region of Texas with Workforce that will help get you special needs employees and any kind of funding they have or anything like that. So I can give his contact to you, which I'll do that right after I hand over to Mike as well. And then she's raising her hand. Yes.
Yes, I would like to add to this conversation. So my mother is going to kill me, but she's very well known here in Victoria, Flo LeBlanc-Stovall. She is a retired teacher of 43 years, special education, the entire time, special needs. And Carissa, we haven't even talked about this. So I would love to get your contact information because she is the one of the only few diagnosticians here in Victoria that could also help with a concept like this or with, you know, diversifying what you want to do with your idea. But I think it's brilliant and the world is just such a special place for people like you all who have that gifting, because that's really what it is, you know, and God blessed you with a special needs job to fulfill and walk in that passion and purpose. So I just wanted to add to that conversation and thank you and follow up with you.
And this is the magic that happens right here, like, oh, I know a person, or hey, I do this, and you can even go home after this and think, oh, I wish I would ask that. But what's great is Woodrow will reach back out to you guys and send a follow-up email so that you can do that. Because I know sometimes we don't like to speak in public or be put on the spot. But I'm really good at doing that, right, Tina? But it's one of those things, right? Like, we don't know, we don't have the contacts, we don't have, a lot of us are busy going to school or working or in our bubble. So that's what's great. This is, you know, a time where you can get out of that bubble and actually communicate and talk to people and do those kinds of things, so.
My name is Chris. I'm a student at BC. I'm a representative for Haven and SGA. And I'm going for a UITU degree in process technology to become a plant operator.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome. It's great to have BC people here too. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Sure.
He's also my oldest son.
Okay. Incidentally, he's close. All right.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here. Oh.
I'll start here for dream. You know how this goes, just introduce yourself. Y'all have been here.
Yeah.
They're on return, people from the beginning.
We are attending this innovative power electric coffee from last year. We got a lot of the innovative ideas from others, stories from their sides. We would like to listen to all those kind of stuff. So that's why we are going to join this semester also. And we graduating this semester. I'm doing a master's here in UHV.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here. I'm a researcher, business staff in this PhD. Earlier, I had attended one meeting similar to this last week. It was fantastic to hear a lot of ideas from others' perspective. And also, I'm very late to this meeting, but still I wanted to be part of it.
Well, there's still pizza.
Yeah, I understand.
Still have pizza.
Yeah, I missed most of the stuff with primary reasons of work conversation. But still, looking forward to this more.
What are you guys thinking of? What kind of things you want to do?
Here?
Yeah. It's part of the connection.
I'm new to this place. I'm just 45 days since I'm.
Oh,
wow,
welcome.
So I have been learning consider aspects that match my characteristics which I had before South Korea. So completely different. So I'm experiencing my whole aspect of the experience. Let's see how.
So you were in South Korea before?
Yes, 2 years.
Wow.
He's about to explore his future.
Yeah.
I wish.
Thank you so much for being here.
And if there's anybody, who wants to give him a nice tour of Victoria, show him around, introduce him to some people, 45 days he's new here. Let's make him love it and never leave. So now we go to everybody online, which is going to walk back up. And so you guys, we can find out who the mystery guests are online.
So folks online, again, we know some of you would like to talk, some of you maybe not so much. But for those of you who do want to chime in online, if you'd like to just raise your hand and we can recognize folks. I'm going to reposition the camera here so you can see our audience. So folks online, who wants to chime in and just tell folks who they are or what they're doing or try to make a connection based on what you've heard already? All right, Dr. Emmanuel Kwanzaa. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Emmanuel Kwanzaa is one of our business professors in Katy. He is a frequent participant of this and many other events. And Dr. Kwanzaa, go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fortunate you've done the introduction for me. So, yeah, I'm in business department. I teach leadership and management, and I'm so excited to be here. I've participated in innovative collection program in Victoria, and it was very, very interesting. Meeting new great people in the community. So, I'm happy to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you, sir. Thank you so much. Anybody else online? And if you'd like to reach Dr. Kwanzaa, we'll have his contact information too. I know he's a great mentor for students and does a lot with community partners, both in Katy and here in Victoria. Such a great, great resource for our community. Thank you, Dr. Kwanzaa. Who else would like to chime in from online land? Anybody else? You can just raise your hand and online. I think that might be it for online. Oh, all right. Oh, Brooke Garcia, a frequent guest, Brooke Garcia. Go ahead, Brooke Garcia.
Hi, I just felt bad for you, Woodrow. I know what it's like when you're doing an online class and no one responds to you. But hi, everyone. So I'm sorry, I'm with the College of Business, and I've been doing things with the Innovation Collective since the IC came into town. So I've gone to several other things. I can't stress enough for students and things how great the fireside chats are. I actually use those as extra credit activities in my classes. So excellent. Yeah, there's just been a lot of things going on, and I'd love to see so many more people participating and coming from the community onto the UHB campus for this too. And I'm kind of like I'd like to think of myself as a nonprofit connector. So I just coined that. So I'm a nonprofit connector. And if any of you are interested in, getting with any nonprofits for any of the stuff that you're doing or whatever, please let me know. And I'd be happy to help out in that. And also I hope to see through internships and different things, the students being able to work with the small businesses and entrepreneurs and things that are coming up. And we do have an entrepreneurship major too. So, yeah.
Well, you are definitely not just a nonprofit connector, but just a great community connector. Brooke, before coming to UHV, was executive director of United Way, and had so much to do with the success of that organization and many other community organizations. For those of you who have never met Brooke or seen her before, this is another great person that you want to connect with, and certainly we'll have her contact information as well, so you can follow up with her. Thank you so much, Brooke, for everything you do. We go next to Shaniqua. Shaniqua, go ahead. So Shaniqua, you're muted. I don't know if you're trying to talk, but you're muted. There you go.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm trying to fix my camera. Well, I'm driving, so.
That's okay. Please concentrate on driving.
Introduce myself.
Go ahead.
My name is Shaniqua Easter. I'm a student at not Victoria College, at UHB, and I'm studying psychology. And I'm not from here. I'm from Louisiana. So I don't really know many people here. I don't do much here. But I do plan on, once I get my bachelor's, I do plan on going back to school for school psychology, just to help children, I guess. And yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Well, please drive safely. Thank you so much. And next time you're on campus, stop by. I'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah,
All
I'd
right.
love to introduce you to some people. You said you don't know many people here, so let's get you involved in meeting people and get you some friends and having fun in the community, because we would love to have retention and have you stay here and really have a fun time while you're going to school and really love the community. So please reach out. Woodrow will send the follow-up email. I would love to connect you and help you any way I can.
So Carissa might not have realized it, but
Thank
she
you.
mentioned the R word, retention. And I know our provost has now come to our assembly. And seriously, this is something that leads to retention. What do we mean by that? We mean students staying here and deciding that they're going to make UHV their home and not just transferring off to somewhere else, because we have magical, exciting things happening right here. You don't need to go to Houston or Austin or San Antonio. And we've already had, Provost, you missed some really great testimonials about all the fantastic things going on right here in Victoria for students, for staff, for faculty. We want to retain all of you. We want UHV to be the place that you invest in. So can't say that enough, Carissa. Thank you so much for mentioning that. All right, other folks online. Anybody else want to chime in who's online? Okay, and while y'all are thinking about it, I'm going to hand the microphone over to the aforementioned provost, who I know will have many words to say.
Grammy nominated, South by Southwest pitch winner. I mean, I could do pages on this guy. Like,
how's everybody doing? Where do you want me to?
You wherever you want.
he followed.
I follow you.
How's everybody? Well, just first of all, thank you for being here. The continuous investment of your time into this is important for us. I just came from a meeting I had with one of the people here in the city, talking about kind of expanding on what we're doing here and building something like this, really this whole entrepreneurial type of support and ecosystem, building it into what the city is doing. And, so things like seed investment, things like helping to develop business plans, even possibly an incubator, and then growth into the market, connecting into the market to all the other pieces that are not only in a region, but in the state, in the nation, that can help your business grow. Helping to do all of that, because the Innovation Collective is this place where you begin, where the concepts start, and where you connect with people and get ideas and then take it to that next level. So we're talking about things like that, and trying to put some specificity to all of the talk. So stay tuned for that, because one of the things, and this gets to what you're referring to, and that is what the university can bring to this. We have a very strong business program, very heavily leaned towards graduate programs, particularly MBA. For those MBA students, part of their the work that they have to do is developing business plans and things like that. So imagine if we could empower and then release more of our students to help those in the community develop their business plans, do business and development, B2B planning, stuff like that, that can help you improve your chances of success with your business. And that's what I think we want to do here as an institution. And we want to retain everybody. We want people who live in this community to stay here and grow and thrive. We want our students to return and finish. We want our faculty and staff to return and grow with us and stay here. That's what our goal is. And if we become, and I'll finish with this, and I know that this is a vision that Carissa has and why she works so hard. If we become a community that is known to support and grow new businesses and help them succeed all the way through, if we become known for that throughout the nation, then we could attract people to this community and it become vibrant as we grow downtown, other areas and outlying areas. That's what the potential is, but not one entity can do it, not one person can do it. We all got to kind of brainstorm, work together, and come up with ways to do it. Okay? That's my speech. How was that?
That was fantastic.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Provost, for everything you do to support these initiatives. And Provost Glenn, if you've not met him, is a great resource. If you're out there in the community and you're looking for a great partner to talk about things with, his office is always open to community members to have those kind of conversations. We're so blessed to have Provost Glenn here at UHV. All right, Miss Carissa Winters, what else?
So everybody's introduced themselves and everybody has talked about innovations, everything you're working on, and it's really phenomenal to see everything that you're all doing. I mean, engineer for allspice, right? It's Adam's Extract. Yes, like right here in our community and all the products that are going in HEB and everywhere else. Like, who knew that you were here doing those things?
Can you introduce her again for the provost? Because
it's such a great resource for students here.
Provost Glenn, we've got another engineer here that I think you might want to meet.
Hello. You and Will, my name is Sabrina, and I graduated from actually UHB campus, but I moved to Victoria and Maryland, and currently I work at Adams Extract and Spice in Gonzales, Texas. Sorry, pizza. And so we do a lot of extract and spices for HEB and also our own brand. So Adams Extract has actually been in Texas since 1888. So we've been here a long time. So I've been a representative of like a Texas business for a long time.
What's your education background? What did you study?
I studied chemical engineering. But lately I find myself in a product development stuff these days where doing some secret stuff with spices.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're based in Gonzales, but I like the work. Definitely want to stay here. We love that.
Well, build up your operation here and let us know how we can help you do.
Well, and Adams Extract has been around so long, I wonder, have they thought about partnering with the university or working with students or anything like that? Do you know?
That's a great question.
Did you ask?
Yeah, I could ask. A lot of my coworkers are definitely from Agilent, but I am.
Hey, what's wrong with Agilent?
Nothing's wrong with Agilent, but that's where a lot of them are from. And I think me and another coworker are the only ones so far from any UH campus. So I can say, hey, we gotta represent.
Yeah, you need to support us. But I think that'd be really cool because I think to know they've been around so long, they're Texas brand, they're creating products and innovating with products. I think that would be a really cool thing to see. And they're right here to, kind of invest back in the community. I think that would be really neat. I want to learn more. I was like, ooh, because I use all those products. I love spices and vanilla and all the things. So, yes.
I think it would be.
Hi, Provost Glenn. My name is Dr. Virginia LeBlanc-Shazad. So one of the things, first of all, we'd love to hear what you were talking about, what U of H is up to, the business focus, the empowering folks, the entrepreneurship, and that's what my husband and our business is about, Defining Paths International. Long story short, I think it would be fascinating, Carissa, for those of us who are here, we're just newly back, and as of February, to know. Yes, I was born, I'm a native Victorian. My husband's from London. And so we're back, but it would be fascinating to learn for us entrepreneurs and business owners, how do we partner with U of H? How do we help you? Exactly what you're talking about, creating an incubator. That's what we are. So, you know, we were back here like chomping at the bit. We're like,
we're literally the meeting I had that we just came was a planning meeting on how we expand what we're doing, connect all the people that are doing those the different pieces of a full entrepreneurial kind of ecosystem. We were planning a meeting on how the city can work with us to help create that and really support it and make it a thing instead of just disjointed pieces. And so what I would say is that the next step for us is to put together kind of a pitch deck around that concept. Then we're going to call together constituents from those different components and say, all right, this is what we want to do, what do you think? And then we're going to pitch it to the kind of people that are going to support it. So I think all along that conversation is on a place that we have to plug in and know more about it. And as I have more concrete things about it, I'll come back here and talk to you.
Well, I love that because this is where people get their ideas out, they start working on things, and then to be able to have a direct and clear pathway. I always say clarity is kindness. So I love that you know you can come to these, get your ideas out, come learn and grow here, and then you can actually have all those resources right there to build out that idea and take it somewhere. And he knows how passionate I am. I want us to be known for that in Victoria. That will attract people and companies, and we'll get known, you know, worldwide is what I want. You know, I think that's amazing. Well, thank you for everybody for being here, for taking time out of your day. I won't hold you guys any longer because I know your time's valuable and you gotta get back to work or your life and do your things. But Woodrow will send a follow-up email, and please feel free to reach out. This is what this is about, is connecting and creating opportunities and growing together. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody.
And thank you, Carissa, for coming here. We so appreciate that. Those of you who are here with us live, please make sure you sign in the list. So we've got your name, we've got your company, so we can do that really essential follow-up. It's the follow-up that I think is so, so valuable to so many of us. And those of you online, we have a record of all the folks who are online, so we can make sure you get that information too. I want to thank all of you for spending this time with us. There's a lot of things you could be doing at 12 o'clock, and I know we're all very busy, but I think you find that this is time well spent. So many fantastic testimonials about what's going on here, and I think we're making all kinds of new connections that folks didn't have before. So please, thank you so much. Eat the pizza. We've got more pizza. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
Yeah, I'd love to connect with you.
Absolutely. You have a card?
I don't.
Let me give you mine.
I don't carry them anymore.
Yeah, it'd be great to sit down and see how we can pull on. Now, you grew up here?
Yeah.
So what schools did you go to? Okay. Okay, so I was OLB St. Joe's.
Okay.
But I came back.
I went to Victoria College.
Okay, yeah. Right, then came back. It's like moth towards flame, you know? That was me too, like, I'm never coming back, never. We're the same thing. I just lost my dad, and my mother's kind of like, so she's very grateful to have me. Great meeting you. We will follow up. Thanks for coming. So good to see you again. Cool. So you
All right, thank you so much, online folks. We will follow up with you. We do have a recording of this available. I know there's some faculty and staff who couldn't join us, and we'll certainly have that recording link available and eventually post it on our CTLE website. So we know a lot of folks like to have that recording, but please look out for more of these events. We're going to try to do this every month if we can, and have more of these events in the future. So look out for those invites from me on the email. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.